Yeah, I get right to the racks. Then I make that shit back. Run up on me, get shot in the back.
It's your team in the building, It's Coach, man. Regular Daddy Saturday Pops. We have the Warren Cali. Shout out to the Warren Cali. One of my favorite documentaries we cover. MS-13 and Surenos versus Nortenos. San Francisco Mission District Deadliest War.
Yeah, but they're so far away. Like, how do they beef?
No, the Surenos up north, Papa.
Oh, okay.
This is San Francisco. How'd you forget already?
I'm 67 years old, and sometimes I forget things, okay? So subscribe to the channel, request a content, and we react. Follow him on Instagram, JVTV. Follow me, Pots React. We have a Discord below and the link below. And if you don't know, now you know. And if you want us to react to your music, hit me up directly. I will charge you a lot of money.
That's right there, right? There we're talking.
Episode of Warren Cali.
Warren Cali,
In this episode, I'm going to talk about San Francisco's Mission District.
I feel like we covered this.
The Mission District is one of the oldest neighborhoods in San Francisco.
Me too.
The Mission District name came from Mission San Francisco, built in 1776 by the Spanish. Mission is historically one of the most notable centers of Bay Area's Chicano and Hispanic communities, with its shops, stores, murals representing the culture, and events like parades and car shows. During the 1940s to 1960s, a large number of Mexican immigrants moved into the Mission area, being displaced from an earlier Mexican settlement located on Recon Hill. A lot of Mexicans moving in the area at the time, this helped initiate white flight in the Mission, giving the Mission a heavily Chicano, Latino character, for which it continues to be known for today. Starting in the 1960s, many Central American immigrants started to contribute to the Mission's population and its culture, bringing several different cultures to the area. But in the following years, the Mission District will start to see a lot of crime. The Mission District will later become a stronghold of many different gangs and cliques, mostly Nortes and Surenos, and this will be a deep, deadly war. Now, if you don't know what Nortes or Nortenos are, they're a gang that's prominent in Northern California streets. They represent with the color red and use the number 14 because N is the 14th letter in the alphabet. Nortes are all over Northern California and have many different sets and many different cliques in almost every city in Northern California. This gang has ties to the prison gang, Noreste Familia. Now, the rival Surenos. The Surenos are known for being a gang based out of Southern California, but have branched out to many Northern California cities. The Surenos have allegiance to prison gang, the Mexican Mafia, which the Surenos use the number 13 to show the allegiance to the Mexican Mafia, which M being the 13th letter in the alphabet. The rivalry between the Noreste Familia and the Mexican Mafia runs deep, being an over a 40-year rivalry, so this carried to the streets whenever Surenos and Nortes are in contact. Surenos or Nortes are based in different regions, so you would think they would never run into each other. But since Surenos started cliques in Northern California cities, it's been bloodshed, and the Mission streets would be no different, with both gangs holding the presence there. I'm gonna take you back a little bit and bring you up to date with some things in this beef and some events that happened. In October 1990, the war between both gangs and their several cliques was in full-fledged, being several cliques of Surenos and Nortes in the Mission District by this time. Bouncer, who was a Sureno, called Max a Norte and stabbed his ass up, but Max survived. Max must have had 9 lives because he drove his car on Van Ness Avenue to get some gas at a gas station.
You said 9 lives.
But Bouncer just happened to be inside. Bouncer saw Max and just started firing at him, shooting him straight in the face. Once again, Max's ass survived, but he got his get back a little later. Max's ass must have got tired of being a victim and became a victimizer, because he was charged with killing a Sureno named Spider. Max would later beat his case, but Bouncer didn't. Bouncer was charged with shooting and stabbing Max, but with him only being 16 at the time, Bouncer only did 3 years and got out by 1993. Wow. But that same year, Bouncer and his crew of Surenos were involved in 3 shootings in one night, shooting at several Nortes, hitting several people. That landed him back in jail. In June of 1993, Frosty, who was a Norte, was stabbed to death in front of Mission High School by a Sureno named Jose. Jose received manslaughter and only did 3 years for the crime.
Damn.
In 1996, the same year as Jose was released, he was at a bar called El Toro, and he was shot and killed by 2 people. Just off this, you can see the Mission was no joke, and was a back and forth thing for years with bodies dropping on both sides, and that would never end. On June 16th, 2003, around 2 a.m., Wilfred, Marie, Harold, and Mark were hanging out at the BART station around 24th and Mission, getting high like clucks off that PCP. Next thing you knew, a blue Lincoln pulled up, and somebody yelled out, "Where y'all from?" Then 4 to 6 shots followed, and this left Mark paralyzed.
Yo.
That same blue Lincoln was spotted later at a 7-Eleven. Now, it was 3 people in that blue Lincoln. It was Mike, who was a known Sureño, his homie, and Mike's girlfriend, Angelique. Now, Angelique was a known cum bucket. Her man Mike was a known Sureño, but her man just before him was a known Nortenos.
Nah, why you talking like that?
Now, Angelique was a dope fiend. She was probably on the side of the gang who had the best rocks at the time. But anyway, at the store, Angelique seen her ex Marco's friend Alfred. Alfred started tripping on her, basically asking her why was she with the dudes that she was with, and he started dissing Sureños. On the outside of the store, Alfred would run into Mike, which Mike questioned where was he from. Alfred banged back and said this is Norte. Mike then shot Alfred, taking his life.
Oh, wow.
Now Angelique was picked up because the car was in her name.
And she told
everything, but wasn't charged for nothing. She told the police about both shootings and how Mike did the shooting on his own. Her high must have wore off, and she thought about never smoking rocks again as she went to jail. Mike ended up receiving a life sentence for the shootings. On June 26, 2004, Luis was a known Sureño. He was walking with his 6-year-old son Rafael on 24th Street in Norte's turf. Luis was just taking his son to the store. Marco, who was a Norte, spotted Luis and ran down on him. Rafael later said his dad noticed Marcos and let go of his hand. Marcos then shot Luis in front of his son, taking his life. Rafael ran home crying and told his mom a man killed his dad. Several witnesses seen the shooting and even seen Marcos through his strap. He was later arrested. Marcos said he did the shooting because he had prior run-ins with Luis and none was good. Marcos said he was at a party in May when he was shot at by several Sureños, including Luis. Then weeks prior to the shooting, he said Luis and other Sureños threatened him.
Damn, you know what's crazy? I'm like, how is all this happening, right? But I feel like that program is different. Like, you kind of have to do stuff to be a part of the gang.
It's a straight war.
Yeah.
Like, these guys sign up. So, what I learned a lot in gang culture, like, some people sign up and they don't necessarily live that life. But in the Cali gang life, like the dudes that sign up for that, they're living that shit till the max. So it's on site. There's no negotiation. There's no chill. That's my man. Break it up. Not now with my mom's. There's none of that. It's like on site, whatever.
On the strap. When he seen him on June 26, he was scared and shot out of fear, he said. Over 3 witnesses would testify against Marcos, and he was sentenced to 15 years to life. Over the years, Mission stayed high in crime, and in 2008 only, it was 19 killings in the area between the gangs, and that's only the Mission area. A man named Edwin was part of the MS-13 clique in the Mission area. In 2006, former MS-13 turned informant Jamie told the FBI that Edwin killed a Norte named Chino in the Mission district, but Edwin was never charged because of the lack of evidence. On June 22nd, 2008, Tony and his 2 sons Michael and Matthew were shot and killed. This will later become a big case. Edwin was picked up for the shootings just 3 days later. Edwin's friend was shot hours earlier before the shooting, and he was out looking for revenge against the Nortes, and he thought Tony and his sons were Nortes. Edwin ended up being sentenced to 183 years to life.
Yo! Yeah, he got 2 bodies. That makes
on
sense.
October 22nd, 2008, 300 law enforcement officers used armored trucks and 16 SWAT teams raided the homes of those affiliated with the MS-13 gang in the Mission District. 42 gang members were apprehended, bringing a 4-year-long undercover operation to a conclusion.
Wow.
To take many gang members off the streets and prevent a lot of crime. From 2009 to 2013, it was 31 murders in the Mission District alone.
Wait, but he didn't explain how MS-13 is related to Surenos. Like, how did they get cool? Because it's just smaller gangs, so they linked up in that area. Let's want to come. Like, how did MS-13 get cool with Surenos?
Because we don't know.
No, they're both the 13.
On both sides and gentrification, and pushing many families out the Mission. In 2011, February 26, a Sureño gang member is confronted by 4 Nortes and is stabbed 9 times. The same day, a Sureño named Otto was shot and killed. February 27, a man who just moved from San Leandro was stopped just by sitting in his car. 5 days later, on March 2nd, a Norte was shot in his turf. August of 2011, 6 MS-13 members, including Shorty, Spooky, and Juan, were charged with 3 murders from people that they expected to be Nortes. By 2011, the population of Latinos in the area dropped 20% to around 60%. From 2006 to 2013, 10 Sureños out the Mission District were dropping bodies. They would get charged with over 7 killings of rival Nortes.
Yo! One little area.
On March 17th, 2017, two MS-13 members named Jose and Alexis killed a man named George who was at a bar with his son. The MS-13 members thought George's son was a Norte, and this led to them taking George's life. Seconds before they shot, they asked where they Nortes.
The thinking shit gets me mad. Like, if y'all gonna kill each other, okay, do it, whatever. Yeah. But like that whole
you
thinking,
you gotta know your mark. You gotta know your target.
You don't know your ops gang. Like, how does that happen? We see this over and over. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Or maybe he was, and
hundreds of kids got
they
killed.
Claim that they don't. Look, a lot of times people be like, maybe he wasn't innocent.
Oh, that is true.
We don't know the whole story.
You think thousands of people, innocent people, got killed in the streets? Yeah, right. Thousands, like 20,000, 30,000, maybe.
Without a doubt. I would say that because I think that a lot of times now people are reckless. They're shooting in the street, shooting in parks. I mean, misidentification.
Jose was a damn dipshit though. Bro dropped his phone at the crime scene. Jose's phone, it was a bunch of photos of him throwing up his set. Jose and Alexis were both ended up being charged with this crime.
No.
On February 3rd, 2018, E was at a corner store with his girlfriend. E was wearing a blue shirt. He then ran into four Nortes: Steve, Rob, Ruben, and Francisco. They started tripping on him and banging Norte.
Yo.
E and his girlfriend went to his car. E had a LA Dodger sticker on his car, and this really made them trip. E told them that he didn't want no problems and that he didn't bang.
Wait, so LA Dodgers means like you can't be a Dodgers fan at all in Northern California, it looks like?
Probably not. It's probably blue. I got this blue shirt on.
What do you do?
I'm nervous. I'm looking at this like, damn.
This really made them trip. E told them that he didn't want no problems and that he didn't bang. The Nortes did not care. They still tried to beat that boy ass. They threw bottles at his car, then E drove off. But the Nortes followed. They shot up E's car, and then they drove off.
No.
The store's camera showed the whole thing on tape, but the jury deadlocked. Only one Norte would be charged for gun possession. Three Nortes, Nando, G-Boy, and Cuddy went on a killing spree. On January 23rd, 2018, G-Boy and Cuddy killed two men they believed to be Surenos around Richland Avenue in the Mission District, in front of several pedestrians.
That's a lot of violence, man.
On July 12th, 2018, Nando killed a man near Candlestick Park. The victim's phone was found near a bridge and had blood on it. The
scariest part about their program, the Mexican California program, I would say specifically, is that they don't care to go to prison. Like, they'll do the crime and go to prison and be happy about it.
And don't tell nothing.
Yeah. And just do the time. That's the most scariest part about it. Like, you know, other places and other races, like, there's more snitching going on.
Yeah, and as we visit this, I want you to understand, too, that there are a lot of people who live in these areas who are just regular civilians, who are living regular lives.
Or good people.
They're just good people, just doing their own thing. And then you have this side, which more of a small percentage, which is a darker side of, you know, the reality of life when, you know, alpha males step up, you know?
Well, high testosterone.
It was found years later, and his phone put Nando to the crime because Nando and the victim was finna meet up. On July 8th, 2019, Nando and others killed a 15-year-old boy near BART station. In February of 2020, several MS-13 members were indicted of killings of a few Norte members, and shooting which ranged from 2017 to 2019. They even killed people who were in a gang that violated rules. April 9th, 2020, Aramis, who was a Norte, was walking on Richland Avenue, where he seen three Surenos in a parked car, and he started firing, but nobody was shot. He was charged with the shooting and received 5 years. This photo was used as evidence in his case. Crimes and shootings are still going down in the Mission District, but not at the same rate as it was in the past, with indictments and getting gang members off the streets. By 2025, with gentrification, it is predicted it will be 31% Hispanics and Latinos in the Mission District, which is a dramatic drop with the prices of rent and other factors. The community is being changed, but Mission will always be remembered and known for the community that helped shape it.
So what happens? What gets worse? Places like Stockton or like where do they move to? That's my question, right? Like, where are these people moving to if they get kicked out?
I don't really know. I think they just move where they can afford to live.
So like a shittier place, basically.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere far away. They got to drive 45 minutes, an hour and a half to get back to their main job. So they can be in a Pittsburgh. They could be in a
Vallejo.
Yeah, they could be Vallejo. They could be in Stockton.
Yeah.
You know, it's messed up. It's happening here on the East Coast too, though.
This will conclude this episode.
No, it's happening in America in general. Every city.
We're being squeezed out, and I think we live in a society right now where there's so much money is being generated, and if you don't have a certain skill set, you will live in poverty.
It's Journey TV for your show.
We're out of here.
Peace.
And I know how it gets, so I gotta stay low now, move my knot. I don't trust no nigga, I don't trust no man, ain't no friends, everybody get shot. You never know how nigga gon' throw, I'm hitting the flow with a couple of shots. You better move, you better duck, either way to go.